All right, Aquarius, let's go into your general January reading. I'm interested in these cards. I've shuffled and laid them out, and it's interesting. It's an interesting scenario here. The first card that came up is the Knight of Wands. And I actually love this, excuse me, this particular card in this deck, the Knight of Wands. It denotes a woman, which is unusual. But this card always talks about ready to take a venture, ready to go on a new fact-finding, creative, seeking mission. Advancing fearlessly, really into the unknown, taking all your experiences with you. And as you can see, she's walking this trail. At the very end towards the bird, or the end of the path, as you can see, might be a town, and the town where she gains employment. So, it's just talking about people moving. Maybe you're thinking about that, or taking up another opportunity in a different city or country. But it is about advancing fearlessly. Your work. It could be that you've putting out resumes. You're striking out to do that. You're sending out cover letters, resumes. You're doing all those fun things. And before making the move, you're really self-assured, and you've got some practical insights. But this is really a card that's very, much like you feel good about what you're contemplating, and you feel good about walking into the unknown and taking those steps. I'm looking at the card and the bird. Well, this is a nighthawk. The bird is a nighthawk. So that's a symbol of freedom and determination. Do you see right here? So determination in your creative endeavors, in your work that you put out in the world. That's how you start off the month and the year. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to make things happen. I want to create. I'm fearless. I'm going to walk my walk. I'm going to talk my talk. And I'm guided by this nighthawk. You're guided by this nighthawk here. That's awesome. See how there is a path. This says village on it. So there is a town, as you can see. And so it's not like you're the fool. The major arcana first card is the fool, to where, well, I think I'll just put a knapsack on my back and merrily roll along. No, you have ambition, you have drive. You do have some plans. There is some practicality to this. So I'm loving that for you guys, Aquarius. That's an awesome card to come up for the first of your reading. Now, the next card that comes up is the one that interests me. This is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords denotes something in our past, or something that's just happened that is usually in traditional tarot, it's a heart with three swords going through it. This art depicts it differently. But she is questioning whether she wants to walk back into that door. She wants to go back to where she was. Or she wants to make new what she walked away from before. The Three of Swords says, yeah, there's endings, there's been heartbreaks, but you're ready to make new life out of it, new circumstances. And that's what she's doing here. This may appear in a reading for if you've been gone from home for a long period of time. Say, for instance, you've been traveling, or if you are wanting to return to your township or your neighborhood that you used to live in, and you're just really wanting to go back to that, or you're wanting to go where it feels so comfortable for you. She's wondering if she should walk in here and look at the possibilities. She's looking at the possibilities. She's trying to make a decision. It hasn't been great in the past, but if she moves into that door, she's wondering what there will be. The swan is a symbol of change and transformation. So I have a feeling that she's going to walk through this door. It may be too, you guys, that you've looked at this door. You see, this one has her back to this one. A lot of female energy here, I'm feeling. So it may have been what started you on this new journey is that you've decided to be brave, walk through this door, transform. There's the light. She's kind of looking that way, isn't she? And saying, okay, it's not all dark. There's some positive to this. If I walk through this, if I move on, then I feel like these cards, this is like the first one, and then she goes on her way. I mean, it could be that where you go here, that you're going back to the past. I'm not so sure of that, though. You know, whatever Aquarius you are, think about it and write some comments. Whether this is going back to the past, this new venture, maybe you've lived in this place before, this area, this city, or because of this, you've made the decision to move on. Because you've wondered about it and you've decided, okay, I'm going to fearlessly, like I said earlier, make this happen again, make this new, make this look better to a new job, a new location, then it's you feel more inspired, more creative. Let me know which which Aquarius you are. Just did Capricorn, sorry, but I'm focusing on you guys, Aquarius. Interesting. Okay, so the third card that comes up is the Nine of Pentacles. And I love that this card comes up, Aquarius. The Nine of Pentacles is about feeling joy and happiness around your money. You can see there's the doorway with the Nine Pentacles on top of it. There's the kids running through. So there's a lot of feeling of freedom, happiness around the work that you've done. 9 means culmination. I talked about that a minute ago. Completion. We've done it. We've made it. Yay. We're forging new paths. As you can see, she's working on this wheel, and I know this isn't like a wheel of fortune, but it looks like it to me. In this particular card with the Nine of Pentacles, that's like a knitting wheel, but it reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. So it could be that the decision you've made to move on and create new enables you to really aspire, grow, manifest, complete that journey. This is where your talents and your skills, your prudent talents and skills and finances allows for a congenial home life. And, you know, if you take a look at it, I love it when I see these cards come together like this. Take a look at this wooden door in this house, and it's the window is boarded up, and the door is a little creaky, and, you know, maybe the hinges aren't on right. It looks like it's partially open. But then you look at this structure, and the door is on right. The pentacles are above the door. There's new paint. The structure is in place. That's interesting. So you can go from a creaky door to a stable door, a happy times at your home. Feeling that what you've done in your life, your finances have created this enjoyment for you. This is a salamander right here. And it's a symbol of comfort and connection. So see how the family feels connected. He's reaching out to her and they're standing here together, and it's of comfort. So feeling connected with your family, feeling connected with friends, feeling connected with, friends that are around you, but also friends via phone. I'm getting some even long distance. It's feeling hope and excitement about what you're doing. This is a time for you to relax and enjoy. So I feel like, Aquarius, by the time you start this and you've gone through this process of discerning, I feel like you're going to walk through that door. I feel like you're going to make it this because she's facing this. I feel like you've decided that, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going on my way, and this is the end result. Home, happiness. I'm going to pull some clarification cards, and this is with the Hanson Roberts deck. As you can see, this card wants to come out, and this card wants to come out. So those two wanted to come out. Okay, well, the Eight of Cups. All right, the Eight of Cups, that indicates life-changing. This is a life changer, this card is. It's funny the way I just said that. But anyway, this is a life-changing card. So it denotes, you see the Eight Cups, she has her back to them. And she's looking at the man in the moon, and she's looking at the blue sky and the stars. And she has like the staff in her hand. So she's ready to turn away from old, worn out, and this can be feelings, emotions, it can be a relationship, it can be work that you've done and that you're ready just to walk away. You feel like everything's in order enough for you to now walk past it and to move on into the starry skies and dream a little bit. What's that song? Dream a Little, Dream About, Cass Elliott's song. That song just came into my mind. I love that song. By the Mamas and the Papas. It's very old, but it's a very pretty Cass Elliott song. And so if you Google that, Dream a Little Dream. But she is ready to do that. So you guys, this is a life-changing card again. The Strength card came up right after it. And as you can see, this woman is petting her lion. She has a symbol of affinity above her. So she's very much angelically blessed, but also she is, it's almost linear. She gets it that we are on planet Earth, but she also gets the spiritual world. She's petting her lion, who is very passionate, and yet she's staying grounded. So that's what it is. This is like the angelic, creative, right brain force. This is the left brain. Let's stay grounded, but let's pull in our creative, our intuition, and therefore we feel our strength. So feel your strength, Aquarius. This is sort of like a third chakra citrine, reconstituted citrine. I have another citrine, a rough stone. Let's see, this card wants to come out. All right, Two of Rods. So he's standing here, he's looking out on the water, has the world in his hand. Just like, wow, you all can create whatever you want. I want to see some of you have vision. This card came up as a clarification card for another sign, but I really didn't get that as much. I got that more of trying to work out details. But for you, it feels like expansion, growth, opportunity, is the sky is the limit. The earth is open to you. The opportunities. There's a sun set in the background. Could be sun rising, but it looks like sunset. There's the water for emotions. So willing to put yourself out in the world. And then the King of Pentacles. Wow, this is an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So this is a man or woman that has made great wealth in their life, or they do very well with finances, and they're a great advisor and mentor, someone you can learn from. Feels like that's what's coming up for you. All right, and then the Knight of... These two wanted to come out together. Like, we're coming together. I have no idea why, because they're totally different. The Knight of Rods, he is a fire sign. He's an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. He's not the queen who channels and who's just very grounded, and he's not the king who's the master. He's still in his midlife, and he's ready to take charge. Sometimes he's a little fiery. Sometimes he takes charge a little too quickly, but you know, he's ready to go. So some of you may just, you know, you're feeling that fire. And actually we have, okay. Love it when this happens. This is the same card, different deck. This is the Knight of Wands. They call it the Wands. This deck calls it the Rods. Same card. Okay. In this particular deck, it shows him moving forward quickly. She's a little bit more like, I'm going along, I'm doing my path. So this card came up twice. Once as a first card, and then second as a clarification. You guys are ready to do some moving forward with creative results and intentions. Then the Star card comes up, and I love this. This is it's about balance. You become a star. There's hope. There's optimism. There's the dove of peace and joy. She's content with the water. Remember, I was talking about grounding? Well, the water grounds us, and yet she's looking at the stars. So she's channeling in her energy to feel Mother Earth so that she can, she feels blessed, guided. She's the star, like I said. There's hope, there's optimism. That's awesome. And the Page of Rod comes up. Okay, so this is usually an invitation or something that comes in your inbox or your mail of news. This could be a loudmouth person or child. It could be, maybe some of you have children or you're around someone who's very, this again is a fire sign, but the Page is not really a court card. But it does indicate some news, which comes fast or interesting, or it means something, or it's loud, or a loud person. Let's pull one more card. So that may be something that comes up that help you make the decision to move forward with her. Maybe it's saying like, hey, come on, there's a promotion over here. There's some really cool things there's some shops over here that you would just love. Then the Queen of Pentacles comes up. So we had the Queen and the King come up. Well, the Queen she's just so happy with her, her rabbit and her animals, and she's very content. She's, like I said, she channels in the mastery of manifestation. So you may want to channel in some of the earth signs, Aquarius. You may want to channel in some of, look at the Capricorns and the Virgos and the Taurus. Capricorn's right before you, so that might be interesting, especially for you, some of you that are born early in the month. But either that or just sort of take on this very practical, this very grounded earth element. It's Pentacle, Pentacle, Pentacle. Take this on and you can make this money and feel happy at your home and what you have around you, who you have around you. I have a cast on still, you guys. I broke my wrist about 6 weeks ago. I didn't have to have surgery, but I have a purple cast in it. I didn't mean to show it, but I get it off in a couple weeks, so I'm very excited. That's why I'm pulling these cards intuitively, and then I'm double checking with my pendulum. Like I asked intuitively, is this card for Aquarius? Is this card for Aquarius? Is this card for Aquarius? So it takes me longer, but I do feel like it's more precise, or at least precise. Let's say that. 1 and 3 is 4, and 9 is 13. Let me do this. 9 and 3 is 12, 13. Okay. 1 and 3 is 4. So I was just saying about staying grounded. Honestly, 4 is about structure, firming up your foundation. You look at the number 4, draw it out. You draw that line first, that vertical line, and then you draw the L shape that connects to the vertical line. The L is being held by the vertical, so there's structure. It's like an attachment. So I want you all to really, get grounded through through what you're doing now, the decisions you need to make in life. That will really help you manifest. And in the Major Arcana cards, number 4 is the Emperor. So some of you may, again, have this, like the King of Pentacles. You may have an advisor or a mentor or a father figure. The Emperor is usually someone he's the Emperor. He's very much the decision maker. He has great ideas. He can be someone in the spirit world that's helping you, but either spirit or on this earthly plane, this is someone to give you some great suggestions, some great ideas, a go-to type of person.